Hello and welcome to BBC News. Hundreds of thousands of students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have received A-level and BTEC grades after the huge uncertainty caused by coronavirus. They didn't sit exams because of lockdown, so marks have been awarded using teacher estimates, standardised by exam boards. Head teachers say the results show a great deal of volatility. In England, more than a third of A-level results were one grade lower than teachers had submitted, and 3% of results were down by 2 grades. Overall, the number of A to C A-level grades rose by 2.6% compared to last year. Well, in a moment, we'll get reaction from Northern Ireland and Wales. But our first report comes from our education correspondent, Dan Johnson, who's in Hull.
You got an A? Yes. Oh, well done. Oh.
A for achievement against the odds.
Oh my gosh.
These students had it all stacked against them in a year of school lockdowns and cancelled exams.
This thing should stop.
But these estimated, standardised grades have delivered serious disappointment too.
I'm not happy with my results because they've been downgraded at least a grade from the assessments, what I've been working at and my mock results. So.
Olivia had moral support from her mum this morning, but she didn't get what she wanted.
I just feel disappointed, to be honest, but I'm glad that we have got an appeal system, but a lot of people here today are really upset and disappointed with what they've been given.
And it's politicians being blamed.
They have had some months to get this right, you know, and I think they should have had more trust in the teachers and the schools for their honesty, really, for their integrity, and that's the frustrating part for me, I think.
Layla's been downgraded but should still get a place at university because of the flexibility in this year's admissions. But after all her school years, these grades are about more than that.
After uni, if you're going on to and you're getting a job, you might be up against someone who's obviously from a previous year or maybe next year who sat the exam and got their true grade. Whereas I've just been given one by the government that my teachers didn't even put in for, and it's like the board hasn't listened to the teachers.
A last-minute tweak to the appeal options followed a U-turn in Scotland, allowing teachers' grades to stand. The word is, these results are as fair as possible in a year of disruption.
We've got a system where there are checks and balances that make sure that there's a consistency of approach across all schools right across the country, and it is always going to be a situation where when you do have moderated grades, that some of those do change.
The government needs to rethink this. They shouldn't rule anything out, including the approach that was forced on the Scottish Government to go back to the assessments last week. But they need an answer. Individual appeals, waive the appeal fee, but this has been a disaster.
It's disastrous, potentially, for Abby.
I've never failed anything, actually. I'm not used to not getting into places. I think that's why it hit me so hard this morning when I opened it.
She couldn't believe her results, couldn't speak to us at first. Now, the impact is starting to sink in.
We've all been downgraded. I hadn't got into uni because of it. I'm supposed to be going to Durham, and now I can't, so I've got to look at other options. I've got to appeal, go through clearing, resit my exams, and we haven't been learning since March.
I've got kids in tears. I've never, in all the years I've been in teaching, 22 years, I've never seen so many unhappy students on a results day.
There are angry head teachers and college leaders across the country preparing to appeal and wanting a wider rethink.
Teachers do this job day in, day out. They know the students. And I can't see how you can move that many grades in the wrong direction. It just does not make sense to me. So we're not happy at all.
If teachers' estimates had been accepted without question, today's results in England would be up 12%. Now, standardisation has flattened that to a 2% rise. But who's up, who's down? Where is the worst impact being felt? That detail is the key to working out if this system is truly fair. For those who've missed out, all is not lost. Clearing's busier than ever with lots up for grabs. And today's results may still not represent the final assessment for the class of 2020, the COVID generation. Dan Johnson, BBC News in Hull.